People who know me really know me. Don't call me by my name. They call me the cleaner. It's not a nickname I asked for. It's just what I became. Think of me as a bounty hunter, but not the kind chasing down people with prices on their heads. My contracts aren't about debts, fugitives, or criminals. I deal with something much worse. Things most people don't even want to admit exist. I hunt the filthy inhuman, the otherworldly, the things that don't belong here. And when I find them, I erase them. No hesitation, no mercy. Now don't get the wrong idea. I'm not open for hire. Nobody gets to knock on my door and say, "Hey cleaner, I've got a ghost problem." Doesn't work that way. My orders come from one person, only one messenger, and the truth is, I didn't choose this job, you don't. You're born into it. There are only ever a handful of us alive at the same time, scattered across the world. And we don't gather, we don't drink together. We don't compare notes, we live alone and we die alone. I can't tell you much about the way it works. Not the names, not the networks, not the rules, but I can tell you this. It all begins with a slip of paper. Sometimes it's tucked inside an envelope, dropped through the mail sometimes. Rarely it's handed to me directly. And when that happens, it means the case is different. Special the one who delivers these contracts. I call her Star, not her real name. Not her code name either, just something I gave her. Messengers aren't supposed to have identities. They're not supposed to be anything but couriers. But Star always had this brightness about her, a smile that could light up the darkest day. It fit so it stuck. One story stands out, burned into my memory like a scar. It started not with an envelope in the mailbox, but with a knock at my door. And for people like me, a knock on the door means one thing. Star has come. I remember the sound of it. 3 solid raps. My pulse jumped instantly. We cleaners don't have friends. We don't visit each other. So when the deadbolt clicked and I slowly opened the door, I already knew what I would see. There she was, Star. That same smile, bangs falling across her eyes. "Good morning, Mr. Clean," she said warmly. "How are you doing?" I let out a dry smile of my own. Still breathing, which makes me luckier than most of the people I know, I stepped aside and weighed her in my kitchen. I poured her a glass of water. Because that's what you do for a messenger. A ritual of sorts. "I'm going to take a wild guess and say this isn't a social visit," I told her, handing over the glass. She smirked and sipped, "You know, one of these days I really am just going to stop by for fun." I chuckled, though we both knew it was impossible. Messengers don't bend rules. Nobody does, but you're right. She continued, pulling an envelope from her pocket. She laid the photos on my table. 2 figures, monstrous hair bristling, jaws stretched wide, claws gleaming. My stomach dropped the second I saw them. Star noticed. She always noticed. Her hand rested briefly on my shoulder. "You can do this. Werewolves, lycanthropes, whatever name you give them, they're among the worst things to hunt. 2 of them," I muttered. "You've got to be kidding." Star nodded, her expression losing its brightness. "And yes, alone, which means one thing, they're a pair mating. That's why you've got to move fast. If they vanish into the wild, we may never find them again." That's where it all began. And before I tell you how it ended, I'll warn you, this isn't a fairy tale. This is the kind of story that eats at you when the lights are off, and the house is too quiet, because unlike movies, there's no silver bullet. No easy kill. Werewolves don't burn in sunlight. They don't collapse at a charm or a chant. They die like anything else, through blood loss. The trick is lasting long enough to make them bleed.